What up, y'all? This is personal. I couldn't put all this on GroupMe, and I didn't want to put all of it on Facebook, so I just put it on YouTube. Whenever people see it, they see it. But in our conversation, just think about this. If the first message I hear is prosperity and what I'm supposed to have, and what God is supposed to give me and how I'm supposed to live financially and successfully. If that's the first message I hear, what's the point of me trying to get a relationship? To me, it's kind of like saying, if we let's go back to old school days, to college. If you have sex with a person the first day you meet them, and then they start trying to talk about marriage, and then they start trying to talk about a relationship, what's the point of the relationship if you've already accomplished what you went there for? I just think, just in my thinking tonight, this is just me, that honestly, I think where we've gone wrong in the church is we've tried to sell God to people, and he doesn't need to be sold. We've tried to defend God, and he doesn't need to be defended, because what God needs to be defended. If he's a true God, he can defend himself. We're supposed to live a certain way. And it's like some things I believe should be kept in-house, from the standpoint, what I'm just thinking about right now. When you talk about in-house, there are some things that happen in your house. There are some benefits that happen in your house that people outside of your house don't know. So if we're teaching people that are outside of the kingdom what they are supposed to have, and they haven't even made the determination if they want to be kingdom-minded or anything like that, then that's when they go for what they think they're supposed to have without the relationship. And that's how we end up with people in ministry or in churches that feel like God owes them something, and that everything is about finances, it's about money, it's about prosperity, but then nothing is about obedience and relationship. Nothing is about suffering. Nothing is about struggling. We want to hear everything, that everything's supposed to be all right tomorrow, when in fact, that's not what it's all about. But of course, again, Matthew 6:33, seek ye first the kingdom. Think about it. If we'd have kept the kingdom first in the beginning, a lot of us would already be financially set, because God will be the most important entity in our lives. But instead, financially, we struggle, so we try to come out of poverty. Some people are sick. The first thing they want to do is go to a doctor. People have holes in their shoes. The first thing they want to do is go buy some new shoes. So it's like whatever the pressing need is, that's what you push forward to at that moment, at that time. And each time that puts God further and further back. So what we as the people of God have to do, where you are, where we are right now in this life, is that we realize that seeking God is the most important thing, and everything else falls into place. Not everybody's going to understand that. And the reason I say what I say about people in the past that have struggled, that have been broke, or that have been poor, now that they have money, they teach and preach, money. They teach and preach success, because rightfully they don't want anybody to suffer the way they suffered. But they're not realizing that their suffering is the reason why they are successful now. It's the reason why they know how to manage money now. It's the reason why they know how to raise their children now. So, their children, they won't allow their children to go through what they went through, but they're not I guarantee their children know their struggles. Their children know how hard it was. But for somebody just coming into the faith, that's the first thing you hear. And if that's all you ever hear for years and years and years, you're hearing prosperity, and you're hearing money, you're hearing finances, but then you're not really getting to know the heart of God, because you have your hand out. Kind of like the children of Israel. The only time they wanted God was when he was making a way. That's the only thing they could see, was when he was doing miracles. And as long as he was doing miracles, he was God. But the second that they had to struggle and suffer, they start building their own gods. And when they start building their own gods, look what happened. Christ had to come, because they were that lost. And thank God for Jesus. That's why he came for us, because we're not supposed to be that lost. So hope you didn't get it twisted any kind of way. But that's the best way I can explain it right now. That's where I am. So holla at you. Love you.